Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I want to first apologize that this video is so late. I had actually already filmed this and tried to upload it. I thought it actually uploaded, but when I went back to check on my channel, I noticed that the video did not upload. So I do apologize for that. Now, I did want to talk about some of the questions that you guys have been asking me in terms of my school for my real estate license. So first thing is, if you've watched my previous videos, you know that I went to Kaplan University. I opted to go through them because it's an all online course. However, you do have the option to choose in school where you actually go and sit in classes. You can opt to do everything online, or you can do like a hybrid half and half. I decided to do all online. I was working full time. I have a son. I'm a wife. So it's a little bit difficult for me to just drop everything and go to a school for classes. But I wanted to kind of chit chat a little bit to answer some of those questions that you guys have been asking me. So first things first is for the Kaplan University courses, you get 6 months to take all of your classes. There are about, I want to say, 6 or 7 different courses that you have to take, everything from contracts and understanding contracts to basic real estate terms and things that you need to know for national and state portions of the tests. Now, I will let you know for me that I got a question about how long did it take you to, get everything done. Now, you do get 6 months. I finished everything in 3 weeks. The reason I did it that way was because I wanted to kind of speed up the process. I didn't want to have to wait a whole 6 months and go through that whole long process. So I actually spent every night, I would work on one chapter, sometimes two, depending on how quickly I could get them done. But literally, I would come home, eat dinner with my family, put my son to bed, and I would sit down at my computer and I would just do as many chapters as I possibly could. So I ended up finishing the whole process and the whole program in 3 weeks. Kaplan does allow you to go back and retake tests. They have practice quizzes and practice tests for you to take. I recommend taking those as much as possible. That was one of the things that really gave me the confidence that I needed to go out and take my actual exam. Now, as far as the studying goes, they do have 2 options of study groups. They're both online. You have a Tuesday study group and a Wednesday study group, and they actually will tell you what each study group will be based on or what it'll be about. I actually never partook in any of the study classes because either I was doing my own classwork or I was studying on my own. However, I do suggest if you think you're going to struggle with certain areas that you should definitely look into the study groups. But yes, as a full-time working mom, somebody who is very dedicated can get through it very quickly. Of course, it does take a lot of discipline. This is all you. It's an online class. Your teachers aren't, right there to hound on you every time you didn't finish something or if you fall behind. My suggestion would be to write down maybe a schedule or an outline of when you would like to complete everything. I would mark down on the days that you think that you'll be able to finish certain courses. And then as you go, just check it off. If you miss a day, I would just push it into another day and just kind of roll it. But try your best to stick to that outline. That's something that really helped me in the long run staying on track. Was I have a planner that I use to write down all of the courses and things that I wanted to accomplish. And that really helped me stay on task. And I'll actually kind of show you here where I wrote down what I was going to be doing. Now, I would be realistic. Obviously, you're not going to want to do stuff on the weekends. You're going to want to spend your weekends having a good time and having fun. So don't expect to do too much on the weekends. But I would say, Mondays do chapter 1. On Tuesdays do chapter 3, so on and so forth. And that way you can stay on task and focused for what you're wanting to accomplish. So let me see if I can find it here. Okay, so you'll see here in my book, that I would write units 4 and 5, unit 5 and 6, or, whatever. And each day I would make sure that I was following the course outline that I had laid out for myself. And if I didn't, for some reason, make a course date, then I would usually push it. So you'll see the original date for this was April 1st for units 5 through 7. I actually didn't end up completing that until 4/14. I pushed everything back. And so you'll just see that I would either push it a day or two forward, and I just kept doing that every time I wasn't able to do a course or a unit for some reason. I definitely think that this that writing down a schedule and having that outline can be a big help. I also did the same thing for the actual studying for my exams. So you'll see every day on week April 24th through the 30th, I wrote study, test, study, because you do have tests that you have to take. With Kaplan, the way that it works is as you finish your chapters or your units or your books, you actually get certifications. You need these certifications in order to take your final exam. So what I would do is I would go through all my units in a particular book, and then at the end of the week, I would go through and I would restudy that book and then take the test. I usually gave myself you'll see 2 study days, and then I take the test. Because while while some people need several days to study, or, maybe a break in the studying, I wanted everything to be fresh on my mind. Now, I will tell you, for me, Kaplan was very easy. I didn't really struggle with anything that I can remember. I think the only thing that I really was kind of just totally confused about was the mathematics portion, because even though I am really good with math, the way that we had to memorize certain formulas, and it just started getting all kinds of confusing. So I did take extra days to study on that because that section was very difficult. So like I said, it took me 3 weeks. You saw, I started in April, and by the end of May, I was done with all of my courses. And I'll show you here on June 3rd. That is when I took actually, I think I might have taken my exam May 3rd. Let me see. I'm still trying to look all this up here. Okay, so I actually took my final exam May 26th, right here. And so I actually had to take it twice. If you guys watched my previous video, I originally took it on May 23rd, and then I passed the state portion. I passed the national portion, failed the state portion. So I went back just a few days later on Friday and retook it and passed. Like I said in the previous video, once you take it once and you pass it, you don't have to take that section again. So I only had to go in and take the one section that I got wrong. So like I said, you can see here, I started my courses. I can actually give you an exact date because I wrote it down. Let's see. I started my courses. Here we go. Good thing I wrote all this down for you guys. Okay, so I started my courses on March 21st. Okay, March 21st. You can see right there. It doesn't say, but we're in March down here. If you can see the little tab. March 21st was when I started, and I took my final exam May 26th, or my final exam part 2, May 26th. So you guys can see that was a very quick turnaround in terms of the start to finish. Again, I was a working full-time mom, 40 hours a week, obviously a mom of a child who wasn't even 1 yet. He actually turned 1 today, August 23rd, so happy birthday, Bubby. But yeah, so I was a full-time mom, full-time working mom. I'm also a wife, and I had another business too. In addition to my 40-hour-a-week job, I also own my own photography business. So I had a lot going on, but it is possible. You just have to have discipline, and you have to have focus. And so I will suggest, if you're not a big fan of writing stuff down or whatever, I would suggest at least consider getting a planner, because I promise you it will make things a lot easier for you in the long run, especially being able to keep track of what it is that you need to do and the courses that you need to, complete, and what units you need to do to get that license. Again, though, do not feel like you have to finish it that quickly. You have 6 months. So as long as you finish everything within 6 months, you're good to go. Now, I will tell you that the only thing with Kaplan, and this is with any real estate school out there, whatever, if you take the test through Kaplan, they give you 3 times to take it. If you don't take it and pass it within the 3 times, you have to redo the entire course. With the final exam, I don't think this is something I mentioned previously, so I'm going to mention it now. If you take the final exam 3 times, regardless of what section you pass or fail, if you retake that exam 3 times and you fail it on your 3rd try, you have to take your courses all over again and supply new certificates. So please take your time. Do not rush to get this done, because if you fail, it's going to end up being a lot more difficult and more costly, because you do actually have to pay every time you have to retake the exam. So let's see. I want to try to see if I can answer as many questions as I can. I believe those were pretty much all of the questions that were, major. But if you guys have any other questions or concerns or things that pop up, please don't hesitate to, ask me. I'm here for you guys. I do want to do a quick little update about what's been going on with my real estate, career. So I've now officially had my license for 2 months. It'll be 3 months, September 3rd. And so far, it's been wonderful. For only being a brand new agent and not really knowing what's going on, I really like where I'm headed. I ended up partnering with a person in my brokerage firm. He is now the seller's agent. I am now the buyer's agent, and we are partnered together sort of as a team. I still do my own, listings and buyings, as they come in, but being a part of his team is awesome because I get to work with him side by side. Every time he gets a buyer lead, it goes to me, and I can work on that lead to, get some money. So it's been really good. It's a great option for a new agent, especially someone who doesn't know a whole lot, because what you learn in class is so different in the real world of real estate. So but yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's really been a wonderful experience, and I'm so glad that I opted to do real estate as a career. I think moving forward, I would like to go to more networking events. I feel like I've noticed the agents who are constantly bringing in money and are constantly helping people, those are people who actually attend a lot more networking events. So that is something that I'd like to maybe do a little bit more. But overall, it's been a wonderful 3 months. I honestly have to say that this career choice is probably one of the best. So, if you have any questions about what I'm doing now or what buyer's agent means, feel free to contact me. Post your comments in the section below. And as always, if you have any questions about your real estate courses, please don't hesitate to ask. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in to watch another video. Thank you for being patient, because I know this has been a long-awaited video, and I apologize. And lastly, I don't know if you noticed, but I dyed my hair. So, I don't know. I kind of like it. No more blonde. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'm going to go spend the rest of my day with my son since it's his first birthday. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday. But otherwise, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.